Mae Tyddyn Teg fferm llysiau agroecological. Da ni'n neud bocs llysiau am 170 aelod ar hyn o bryd. A da ni'n cael siop bach ar y fferm I gwerthu llysiau i'r cymunedol lleol. So Tyddyn Teg was it was run under a different name as Tyddyn Beth. It was run as a vegetable farm by a couple for about 20 years prior to us getting hold of it. The couple wanted to retire and sell up, and several of our sort of founding members managed to buy the farm off them, using a loan from one of the founding members' families. And we've run it as a cooperative since then, so there are 11 of us now. There's been a bit of turnover since we started, but there are some of the original members still here.
We grow food direct for the local community. You know, we've got about 170 households that get a veg box from us every week, and lots of local people come and use the shop as drop-ins as well, which is really important to us for several reasons. One, you know, our local village just lost its only shop, so now we're the only shop within walking distance for lots of people from Bethel. Two, it's so important these days that people both recognise where their food comes from, can learn about where it comes from, you know.
These polytunnels let us grow tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, aubergines, like lots of lovely summer fruiting crops, which have just about finished now. You can kind of see the last of them on the left here, that we're going to clear very soon and turn it around. This side has now been turned around, so this was all like cucumbers and courgettes and things. But now it's in winter crops, so that's the other function of the polytunnels, is to like have a lot of food going through winter. Well, this one is now lettuce landia, so this should keep us going until April, and lettuce is really on the scheme.
To me, agroecology, it means kind of, you know, taking an understanding of the interaction of living things and trying to use that to sort of steer how you do your farming and how you manage your crops. Brassicas can be quite vulnerable to damage from caterpillars, cabbage butterflies. If you go in there and spray pesticides, you end up killing a lot of beneficial insects as well. So I think like the agroecological approach is to sort of understand that these crop pests have natural predators, and we want those natural predators to do our pest control for us. We use municipal waste compost on this area I'm standing in the polytunnels. So they have a sort of annual top dressing of municipal waste compost. Because that's essentially a waste product or a byproduct from the council, our local council's, you know, garden and kitchen waste recycling, we get that pretty cheaply. We get that for £9 a tonne delivered. And we probably use 120 tonnes a year. So there's about, you know, £1,100 of input costs there. But off that, we probably, I think, between the tunnels and this field I'm standing in, we probably produce something like £75,000 worth of crops out of those. But the input costs overall are maybe a couple of £1,000s for this area. So really, like, labour is our main cost for our growing, which is in some ways is good for us because that's our wages.
We have volunteering days and big community dinners and various bits and bobs that we do, which are just really important opportunities to bring people together and focus around the things that are important to us, really, which is good food and good vegetables, and bringing people into that.
So we run open days, so that's when people can come and they can book onto a tour, and we'll show them around the farm, talk to them about how we grow veg, answer people's growing questions, because like some of our customers, funnily enough, also have their own kind of grows and like grow stuff on allotments or in their gardens. And also it's open to any member of the public. You don't have to be a customer here to come and like talk to us about growing vegetables.
We've been running the trainee programme for about 4 years, and we've had, I think, 13 or 14 people through it, and from that we've had a couple of people go and set up their own projects in various different parts of the UK. We've actually taken on a few of our old trainees as co-op members here, which was fantastic and really lovely to keep them on. And we've got a few people who have got jobs in sort of horticulture and food growing in various different places. And one person's gone to do sustainable flower production, actually, just outside Chester.
I've learned how to farm like on a field scale, on a market garden scale, in polytunnels, I've learned how to raise a plant from seed to plate, and how to market, like routes to market, and what it means to run a shop and a veg scheme.
Meeting customers in the shop, talking about the produce, explaining to them about how it's grown. You know, they can learn a little bit more about where it comes from and getting people really excited about vegetables. And also just reminding people that we can grow really good, healthy, nutritious, sustainable food in North Wales. You know, a lot of people presume you can just have sheep and cows here, and sheep and cows do great, but so do vegetables, which a lot of people don't necessarily know about.